guys, welcome back to the garage. Welcome to part 2. If you guys caught part 1, we're on part 2. If you didn't catch part 1, catch part 1. What part are you referring to? The part of making the engine bay on the single cab look a little better. So check this out. Here's where we're at, guys. We're gonna jump straight into this. Previously, we left off on the coolant reroute, so this is coming out here, goes over to the heater core. Just did a CCV box. So CCV reroute's in, coolant reroute is in. We are getting ready to do the piping, right? All right, guys, we almost got ahead of ourselves. One more step before you get to putting everything on. You have to tape everything off. Then you're going to take a fancy marker and draw a line from this stopper, see that little stopper right there, to this stopper. You know, you're going to want to connect the dots. We're going back to preschool here. Draw a straight line, connect the dots. Then after you get that line drawn, you're going to want to take a Sawzall with the meanest blade you got. I'm talking something wicked. Like he's whipping it up right over there. And then you're gonna wanna come up over top of this. You're gonna get up in here deep and cut that off. I got some tiles in there, but we're gonna sit here with a shop vac. I might put some tape in there just to double seal. But yeah, shop vac and cut. Slice it. Yeah, it'll fit. All right, soap and water. 2 words, soap and water. I'll give you guys $5,000. No, I take that back because someone will get it. What movie is that from? Put it in the comments. You know what movie that's from?
What is it?
I got 2 words for you. Soap and water. Good movie. I'll give you 2 more guesses.
I didn't guess 1. Why don't I get 3?
So you get 2 guesses.
Soap and water.
Soap and water. And the guy he says it to goes, that's 3 words. You'll never get it.
Nope. You can give me 100 guesses and I ain't getting it.
Dukes of Hazzard, the movie.
Full sleep.
Happy Gilmore. All right, you recording? You going?
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. We cut the turbo, we ruined it. We actually did it. We did a precise cut job. Check this out. So get in on that. Flapper wheel's your best friend, dude. So you gotta hack it off. The way I did it was I took a Sawzall and I went down through as far as I could go. Then I took a cutoff wheel on a grinder and came over top, you know, and tried to go that way. Got as far as I could go with that, and then I came back through with the Sawzall and finished it off. And it's actually square, believe it or not. Then I just hit it real quick with the flapper wheel on the die grinder. So now we are ready for lower intake tube. Now this apparatus goes on. So on the bottom, factory center turbo inlet coupler on the factory. You're gonna reuse the factory one, as you can see down there. That slides right over here. And then you have the supplied one for the top side. Now silicone, I don't know if you've ever dealt with silicone couplers. If you haven't, soapy water. But either way, this will help you and then it'll dry out and it won't fly off. If you use WD, you're screwed. So I'm gonna spray a little bit of this on there. It ain't gonna hurt. If anything, you'll give your engine bay a nice little wash, you know. Maybe, you know, you guys wash your engines out. I mean, see how nice that went on? It just flew right on like you're putting on your shoe, okay? So you wanna take this up here, find the gap in between plastic intake tube and turbo, center the coupler. Now for setup, you're gonna wanna grab your top intake manifold, set it on there, and make sure you have clearance underneath of here. So you have to have this piece slightly angled down to be able to get under the intake plenum, so which I'll show you. So you grab the bull by the horns and you just put it in here. And what you're looking to do is you're looking to have the flanges of the intake plenum sitting on the valve cover, sitting on the intake ports, nice and flat. See right now, we're hitting rubber still.
We gotta angle this down a little bit. Is just push the plastic lower intake tube down as low as you can physically get it before it'll hit the coolant bridge here and all this plastic stuff for the wires to go through. Push that all the way down as far as you can get it, and your intake plenum will be square.
Guys, so we're almost done. JB got the fender liner in, so that's in all tucked away. Hopefully the heater core line don't leak, because but anyways, so moving under here, a couple tech tips just to help you guys make this install go a little easier. This clamp over here, these clamps are like just barely big enough to go on. Put the elbow onto the cold side pipe outside of the truck, because once you get it in here, you can't get the clamp over the thing and put it all in there. So put the elbow onto the cold side outside of the truck, then you're able to tuck it down with the clamp on it. You don't have to tighten it, but the clamp can be set, you know, where it needs to be. And then you can get down and do the bottom elbow down to the intercooler, or you can get the inlet to the intercooler. So the elbow will be on the cold side, slide it down in, hook up to the intercooler with the bottom side of the elbow, and you'll be done. Best bet to not waste time, leave the inlet turbo clamps, both top and bottom, loose. And then don't forget to put the elbow onto the cold side before you put it in the truck. Everything else is very straightforward. Do you not want to try to put the box in?
I don't.
No? All right, so I talked him into putting the box in. So there's the air box. Mounts in, just a little more persuasion. I didn't have to loosen any more clamps. All I did was loosen this one here and was able to just flex it enough to be able to get the hose through the box. So everything actually fits very, very nice. It is all a tight squeeze, but everything fits. It's literally the term "like a glove" is the term here. So check out what the piping. You get this bracket here to be able to mount your dipstick tubes. Look at the routing of the tubes right around the top intake plenum. I mean, that is sick. And these things are sturdy. These aren't going nowhere. They are in that bracket back there. Really, really nice. So cooled side's in, everything's tight on that. We're plugged in to the sensor, and then intake's in, clamps are tight, mass airflow sensor's in, filter's in. We need the intake cover box. I mean, you can see all the routing. Everything fits super good. I pulled one of the plugs out of the box, so we're gonna get rid of that. That was the plug that goes against the passenger side fender. So now what's left is the hot side. So check this out. We've been sanding. JB's been down here sanding all day. Went from like 80 down to 100, or up to 100, 300, 6, 7, 8, whatever. I don't know. He stepped up in the grits. And we polished the factory hot side. And it actually looks pretty good. I mean, you can still see the bend marks when they grabbed it, the bend it, whatever, the machine and everything. It's not like super, super sanded, but it is gosh darn shiny. Just a little bit of sanding and some of the old faithful blue metal polish. I've been using that literally forever. But so to put the cold side in, you have to take out your power steering reservoir off the mount. So the original mount is right there. You can see it. So it has to get shifted over just a smidge. So it can't actually get back onto the mount because of the hoses and everything down there are just right up against the coupler. You could turn this over like this and get it up on there, and you know, it can kind of get up in there. But what I did is I made this bracket. Check out my little bracket here. I just painted it so it would look kind of cool. So that bracket's just gonna offset off of the main mount, offset off of here, step down
and then mount the bottle. It'll sit just like that.
Check out my bracket. I could have rounded this over, would have looked a little better, right? Corners. But now, that ain't going nowhere. All right, we're 100% locked and loaded. We got coolant in the truck, both sides. All the clamps are tight. So there's final look before we start it and ruin it with something leaking.
Yeah, it made the engine sound like way louder. It's like, it sounds like a 6.0 under there. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice rig.
Oh well. We gotta drive it. Well, we're moving. Took that turn a little hot. I mean, it feels like the throttle response is really good, but the throttle response was always really good with these turbos. I mean, it runs real good on the bottom end. Even with the big tires, you don't really even notice those huge tires on there. All right, so we're burning a little white smoke, like considerable amount, but I think it cleared up. It runs really good though.
Oh, it's really huffing it right now.
Get that in the mirror. Oh. All right, so our white smoke went away. I mean, it's still a little bit, but it's freezing outside. But all right, I don't know. Test ride went really good. Test ride check, except for the white smoke, but it cleared up. Going back to the HQ here. Check the fluids, little rubbish. All right, guys, there you go. The start of the single cab has begun. We have the intercooler piping on the 11 to 14 Powerstroke. If you guys are interested in one of those kits for your truck, you have an 11 to 14, you can hit the first link in the description. Even if you don't have an 11 to 14, I'd still recommend that intercooler piping. It's sick. But anyways, all right, there you go. Single cab is backed into the shop.
It looks good, real good. You have some cab lights on there? Cab lights and headache rack and fucking dirt.
Should we ditch the whole fiberglass cover? I think, yeah, it like ties it in weird. Looks pretty good. But all right, we have a product review video coming your way very soon. That's probably gonna be our next video, so stay tuned for that. And then
Put a smile on her face. I know it's just looking.
my voice is like real weird still. I got something weird going on in my voice. I sound like I don't know. But all right, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. See ya.
That was much better.
I didn't say peace.
Much better.
Say peace.
Peace.